Sean Strickland gives his take on why Khamzat Chimaev may have gotten the better of Jiri Prochazka in the gym. If you missed our last 2 videos, go check them out. Khamzat on the MMA Hour claimed that he used to beat Jiri in the gym consistently, and even said he had footage of the whole thing. Sean Strickland tweeted this. He wrote, to both their credit, I sparred Jiri. He isn't someone who does well in training. He doesn't have a fighting style that he can use fully in training. You would think he wasn't that good if you watched me spar him. But training isn't a fight, and that's where he shines. People take training so seriously. I watched Buckley beat Kurt in the gym, which is why Buckley wanted to fight, and then they fight and Kurt clowns him. Here is Dana White's latest edition of kItFriday. This time Dana has Big Mac Parfait.
What's up, everybody? It's kItFriday here at UFC headquarters, and today we will be trying the Big Mac Parfait. Use a bun for the bottom layer, add a layer of Thousand Islands, diced onions, shredded lettuce, shredded cheese, ground beef, diced buns, more Thousand Island, diced onions, shredded lettuce, pickles, ground beef, and diced buns. All right, here we go. Big Mac Parfait. Crazy. Tastes just like a Big Mac. I don't know if this is the way I would choose to eat a Big Mac. Seems a little ridiculous and a lot of work, but it's a Big Mac, all chopped up into pieces. You like Big Macs, you like this.
Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith on the Believe You Me podcast give their takes on Leon Edwards defeating Kamaru Usman. Bisping says that he was worried that it was going to be a draw.
I mean, it's not like Leon beat him from pillar to post and kicked the out of it. They were close rounds. They were very close rounds. Certainly the point deduction because of the fence grab was at round 3. I think it was 3 or 4. I mean, that was huge, you know? And I thought with that, I was worried that we might see a draw because it wasn't like Kamaru got outclassed, but he was just beaten Saturday night by a guy that was a little ahead, yeah.
Yeah. He just seemed a little bit behind. He didn't have, you talked about Leon having this confidence oozing out of him, and just he was so sure of himself when he was in there. Typically that's how Kamaru Usman is he's got that confidence that, you know, even if someone's getting the better of a couple exchanges, you know, even in the first Leon fight, Leon takes him down in the first round, takes his back and controls him for the entire round. He got up with the same confidence that he started with, walked back to the corner, kind of had a little smirk on his face, like, oh, okay, you got me. But he didn't seem to be lost of any confidence after that. I didn't see that same confidence Saturday night. And I'm not saying he didn't believe in himself. He seemed a little bit unsure and a little bit tentative. He was a little bit hesitant. But, you know, taking a big shot off a guy being in front of a guy that you know can knock you out because he's done it once before, he just reacted to everything coming from the left side, lower body of Leon Edwards. And then Leon did a fantastic job of just building off of that. It was just, Kamaru said it himself, it was a fantastic game plan, and he executed it perfectly. And he was even hurt at one point in the fight. Kamaru landed a couple good shots and had him shooting for takedowns for a second.
Oh, for sure. Listen. As I said, he wasn't whitewashed. He wasn't dominated. Right. He wasn't outclassed, but he was beaten. He lost the fight, in my humble opinion, you know, and the opinion of generally, I would say, everybody. You know, of course, Kamaru feels like he won the fight on the microphone, you know, but you feel like that. I'm sure the masses do. I haven't seen a big outcry. I haven't seen a lot of people saying it was nonsense. I think Leon should be very, very proud of himself. I think Kamaru should be extremely proud of himself. I mean, not that I'm setting him off sail on his career, but what a career he's had. You know, at one point he was the pound for pound #1. He defended the belt 5 times. That's insane in and of itself. And who knows, maybe he comes back and he becomes champion again.
Jorge Masvidal claims that he has insider information and Colby Covington may not be getting the next welterweight title shot. In an interview with MMA Junkie, Jorge said, I'm fighting Gilbert, then I'm fighting Leon. I'm telling you that's how it's going to play out. I just got some insider information. I'm eager to get in there with Gilbert and utterly dismantle him to the point that everybody is begging for me to go and fight Leon. I know Leon's not an idiot. He's already fought before and defended the title and stuff, and he knows what a guy like me brings to the table besides the added beef that we have and the amount of pay-per-views that we can generate together fighting for that title. I think it's epic. It's a movie ending for me and everybody involved with me. This chapter of my career would be called Gilbert the Stepping Stone Burns. It's no diss to Burns. I think he's a good competitor and he comes to fight and stuff like that for the most part, but we've never been on the same skill set. As far as gameness and toughness and durability, he's never had it either. You crack him and he starts skating. I know he's good in the jiu-jitsu world, but his wrestling ain't that. I've only been focusing on the last 6 months that I could deal with these wrestlers efficiently, get to positions efficiently, not waste as much energy. I'm going to paint my Van Gogh on Gilbert's face. Elbows, knees, kicks, takedown defense, takedown offense, all that good stuff. I'm going to bring it. Jorge also made an appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience this week. He says that he eventually plans to avenge his loss to Colby. He went on to say, as soon as Colby made money, what did he do? Didn't pay my coach. Since then, I was like, bro, I want to take a bat to his neck. And my coach is like, don't do it, bro. You'll fight him and that's how you'll get him for the both of us. I didn't get him that time we fought, but I promise you before my career's over, I'm gonna murder Colby in the cage, legally. Allegedly, a lot of things happened. I don't know, they're saying a lot of things, but it's all allegedly. Man, I don't know what they're talking about, man. But legally, in the cage, in the UFC, I'm gonna snatch his soul one way or another. I wanted to kill him. I wanted to hurt him. It just wasn't the best version of me. In this sport, it's what I love about it. What happened, happened. And everything else is bullshit, right? So until we fight again, nobody will get to see that better version of me. But I promise you, before I close this chapter in my life in MMA, I will have competed against this guy again, and I'm gonna take his soul. I just know it after being those 5 rounds in there with him, and that was the best that he had, and I was nowhere near my best at that time for different reasons. I know I could end this guy. Paulo Costa reveals him and the UFC have come to terms regarding his pay for his new contract. He also says that the UFC wants to make sure him versus Khamzat Chimaev happens. Paulo said, I haven't signed the contract yet, but we have reached a deal with the UFC regarding the pay. It wasn't easy. There was a lot of hard work, and I have to highlight Tamara's brilliant work here. The UFC wants to make sure this Chimaev fight happens at all costs, but I want to make both happen, regarding Khamzat and Sean Strickland. We'll see. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's in reference to the back and forth between Jiri Prochazka and Khamzat Chimaev. The first one says, all I want for Khamzat is to step back into his I want to fight every other weekend mentality and not start this whole drama and attention seeking thing. The second one's in reference to Joe Rogan saying that Jorge Masvidal is better than a prime George St. Pierre. It says, Joe, whoever I interviewed last, is the greatest fighter of all time, Rogan. And the final one's from Mad Max with a Mac. It says, you can't even put GSP and Masvidal in the same sentence. The f*** is Joe talking about? Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.